What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me. This is Graylan Stewart here, doing a Work Wednesdays video. This is my vlog day, so it's Wednesday morning. If you're new to my channel, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. My channel is all about wholesaling real estate. I'm just a real estate investor overall. We do some fix and flips. We do buy and hold for rental properties, and we do wholesaling real estate, and that's our main strategy. And that's what we choose to do all day, every day. So wholesaling is our main goal. So that's what I mostly talk about on this channel. So my goal is to help you start a side hustle or a full-time business even in wholesaling real estate. Because really, wholesaling, if you really think about it, my average deal in 2021 was about $20,000 a deal. So how many deals does it take to actually change your life or to walk away from your 9-to-5 job? Probably not a lot. I think the average income in the U.S. is somewhere in the $50,000 to $60,000 range. That's household income. So if you're average like that, 3 deals in a year, is basically you're probably actually making more in those 3 deals if you average $20,000 a deal. After with taxes and everything else involved, because you really probably get to keep a little bit more if you're a solopreneur and that kind of thing. But anyways, so this is my vlog day, just talking about whatever, kind of getting going for the day right now. But so I spent several days over part of last week and through the weekend in Oklahoma. So I have 2 kids in college there, and I also that's where all my properties are that I actually own. So I've got 27 properties there. And it's always nice to just check on them. I am virtual in every aspect of the word. When people talk about virtual wholesaling, it's kind of a thing, I guess. But when most people speak of virtual wholesaling, they're talking about, locking up deals over the phone, which is great. That's what we do all day, every day. But we're also a virtual team, meaning we all work out of our own homes. I've got VAs all over the world that work with me, work for me, and I've got team members that live all over the U.S. So I do feel like it's important to have your key group, key members of your team, stateside, in the U.S., because they're the ones that understand, how our lingo works, for one, and they can speak a lot better. But not only that, they understand the culture, little things. If somebody's joking about something, there's a lot of little nuances that just being a U.S. citizen, living here, and breathing here and eating here, everything. Just being here in the U.S., I think, is huge for your core team. But all the other tasks involved in your business, for any business, this could work, for that matter. It's okay to have VAs. If I knew what I know now, if I'd have known 10, 15, 20 years ago, I could have leveraged VAs, even working my 9-to-5, because I've pretty much always been in sales most of my adult life, or really most of my entire life. I've always been kind of an entrepreneur and doing sales of some sort. As a little kid, I was selling suckers all the time at school, making wallets and bracelets and selling those, selling t-shirts, selling whatever I could sell, walking door to door in my neighborhood, see if I can talk someone into letting me wash their car, mowing grasses, things like that. But what I'm going with is VAs can be huge in your business. Even if you work a 9-to-5, because I used to sell yellow page ads, which I've talked about on my channel a couple times, but I could have used VAs to potentially cold call for me, set up appointments. It's a gamble, obviously. Any kind of advertising or marketing that you do, there's always a gamble, because there's no guarantees that you're going to get a return on that. But it's really all about the person. Are you using the right VAs to leverage cold calling or setting appointments or whatever the task might be? Are you using the right ones? Are you training them correctly? And then what do you do if they do get you some leads or appointments? It's really up to you at that point. So A lot of it is the person on how you can close. So you've always got to be sharpening your sales skills. I consider myself a master closer for sure. Like I said, I've been in sales basically my whole life, but even as an adult, and that's been my career. I've always done well at it. I've always been very successful at it. I've always been the top of the organization at the two actual corporate entities that I worked for in the past, and then obviously when I went out on my own 10 years ago, it was all sales. So I do consider myself an expert in sales, but it took years and years of practice, to get where I'm at today. So, a lot of people see your success and think you're an overnight success, but no, it's 20 years in the making, guys. So, you don't get rich overnight, even though you can make a ton of money in this business quickly, but it's still not a get rich quick scheme. The better you perfect your sales skills, your ability to teach others on your team, to train them and that kind of thing. The better you get at those skills, your leadership skills, the more money you're going to make. That's the bottom line. And that honestly just takes experience, takes time, takes dedication like anything else. You've got to actively pursue getting better at those things if you want to get better. You can't just like a VA, they're typically going to fail if you don't train them and teach them exactly the way you want things done and always help them refine their skills as well. You can't just expect them to know what to do, know what you want, and those kind of things. And that's the same thing with yourself. You're not going to get better if you're not actively pursuing getting better at whatever it is that you're trying to get better at. Hopefully that makes sense. But had no clue I was going to talk about this. That's what's really cool about these vlogs. It's just kind of whatever I'm thinking of, that's what I talk about. And even in my regular videos, I don't know if you guys know, but most YouTubers or people that make videos, content, they have scripts. They script it all out and kind of do a lot of edits and all these things. I don't do that. I just like to be real, and I have a topic in mind typically, and I just talk about it. And that's really it. There's no script of any kind. Every once in a while, I'll have some bullet points just to remember what I wanted to point out, or if I'm talking about lists or something like that, sometimes I have to write some of those down. But 99% of the time, it's just I have a topic that I talk about just from my personal experiences, because that's what I think is the best, and that's what I hopefully think that you guys like the most. It's not a bunch of edited videos or scripts that I'm reading from and that kind of thing. I'm just telling you real life experiences of what I experience in my business every day, how to get better, my failures, my successes, and all those kind of things. So hopefully y'all appreciate that. That's just kind of the way I do it, and probably the way I always do it. I just want to tell you and teach you exactly how this business works, but also teach you, the downfalls and what to look out for, and the things that didn't work so great for me, just so you don't have to go through those same failures. I mean, that's the beauty of, watching YouTube videos. Hopefully, if it's an honest person, that's the thing. I try to just tell you 100% truth of everything, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. I just want you to know it, because it's not all roses and rainbows and whatever else in this business or any other business for that matter. So there are tough times and struggles. I mean, just like now, I'm looking to hire people because that's the biggest thing that we need to really scale and grow is more people. But it's not just people. It's got to be really good quality and qualified, and people that are really ready to change their life, because there's nothing wrong with working a 9-to-5, working for somebody else. Entrepreneurship, honestly, is not for everybody. And if you want to know the real truth, it's not for most people because it's tough. I've said this before too. People are oftentimes good at their trade, but they're not necessarily good at running a business or operating a company or teaching people in an organization or hiring and all those things, right? So that's the thing. When you're an entrepreneur, you got to be at least willing to learn how to do everything, not just that one trade, like not just wholesaling. I can't just be a good wholesaler, right? I've got to be a good business operator and business owner. so that we can scale, and that's really, I think, the biggest difference from people doing, a few deals a month to tons of deals a month, because they've actually figured out their operation more than just wholesaling. Anybody can wholesale a deal or two here and there, but can you duplicate that every single day? That's the challenge. So, and it all comes down to people. Obviously, you have to have your systems and processes and your knowledge, all those things, obviously. But once you start wanting to make it an actual business, then it's super important to have the right people on your team. People that are willing to work, hungry for money, dedicated, especially in my business, because we are a virtual team, which is one more challenge that my business takes, as opposed to other virtual wholesaling companies. They typically have one hub where all of their employees all meet in an office and do lock-up deals over the phone. Well, we all meet in our own offices, in our own homes, so you got to be more of a self-starter in my business and be accountable for yourself, because there's no office to cheer you up or to rah-rah, all those things. So anyways, hopefully all those things made sense. Not trying to ramble on. I've got somebody about to ring my doorbell. I just saw him walk by, but that's all I really had. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.